How's it going? How's the sound level? Do you hear me? Well, let's see. How's the quality? I'm using my headphones. I don't know if they pick up the microphone. So you guys gotta tell me how the sound is. Alright. So the camera constantly adjusts focus, which isn't great. It can be the weird light as well. Maybe this is better? It makes it grainy. How about like this? Is that better? Or full blast? Or if I have it like that, actually. Yeah, the glare is a bit annoying, isn't it? There's even more glare. Oh, we'll see. Actually, that's not good at all. The glare kind of kills. I should have tried it better. I set it up, at least. No. How about like that? That's stupid. And if I raise it like that. Hey, Captain Balls. So the glare like that is better, right? So this is one sketchbook. Let's try. Let's see if a lot of values get destroyed. So you guys can join the voice channel if you guys want, and let's hang out. Hey Ohms, Lurib, Sofa Strangler, Jacob Mobley, Atski. Oh, Tegan, I have got a really old one. So this one is, I think, the current one I'm drawing on. So it's like the glare is crazy. Let me try to adjust it so you guys can actually see something. What if I do this? Is it too dark? Oh, can't see anything. Okay, let's try from the side then. How's that? That should probably be better. Yeah, that's better. Cheers for that. I wonder, you should be able to join there if you want. Permission? Yeah. Hey Kuru, it's all good. So this one I think I've been drawing a little bit on and off in just random explorations. Here I drew like a little bit more of in the style of Fable. Hey Jacob. Should all work. Let's see if we get some noise in Jacob. FS, yeah, for sure. Hey Andrea. So I think if you listen to the stream, you gotta mute it, I think. But Jacob, he's joined the voice, but I can't hear him. So this is, I think, Inktober, some year. This one I drew on the bus. Some random explorations. What I think what's interesting with I think with a lot of people who do Inktober is that they I think they sketch underneath a lot. I don't do that. I just, you know, there's no sketching involved. So I don't know how long this stream can be because it's streaming on the phone. So maybe I should just kind of go a bit faster. I could also try, I tried with my webcam earlier and I thought that resolution was a bit worse. I'm not sure really how I mean these, if you see my sketch Inktober stuff, you've already seen these. Let's see, it's this low light setting. If I move it closer to the camera, I don't know. No, it didn't really help. I'm trying to see the stream. As you can see, the quality is pretty decent. You guys can tell me if the quality is too shit. But it looks pretty okay. How do I get the ideas? I think the ideas, I just sit down and I think about a lot of like it's the warm-ups. I make a line and then I have to go with the line and see what comes out and just keep on experimenting, like this guy down here. His tongue is became like a big part of the design. I don't know. Weird. So a lot of it is just me putting down a line and exploring, continue drawing it. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. but you know, what can you do? Is there a lot of microphone noise, like as in me moving the head and so on? Is it scraping with the beard, or is it clean? Alright, so maybe let me try switch off the headphones. Now they're switched off. Did the sound change? Interesting. So this one I enjoy drawing. It turned out fun, like a flower head. Alright, so I can take off those headphones that didn't take on the Bluetooth audio. That's cool. Right. Yeah, I think so. It's like... Yeah, the stream has like a 20-30 second delay. Yeah. Yeah, it's easier that way. So this was actually now on the stream research for a TV show. I can't really talk about the TV show, but I was started researching like how the world and the clothes and why they looked the way they did, and how everything worked by just sitting and thinking and doing these really ugly drawings. But it helped me really kind of define the world for them. It was quite fun to do. It doesn't really show maybe that well. Maybe it does. And this alien was for a movie pitch. Sat and sketched and explored. I should probably flip through these a little bit faster. Yeah, I have so many. So a lot of these I don't really care about that much when I'm drawing them, as you can see in my sketchbooks. Like I'm not trying to have them pretty. So Chilstrand, you're in Skövde. Your first year or second year? Yeah. Oh. Oh. Ah, right. So you work for that in the what's it called? Incubation place. Right. So that was one sketchbook. Let me show you the. Let's see. Here's the pile, and there's a lot of small sketchbooks stacked. So there's quite a few. So this one, I think 2006. So this is almost 10 years old. I love this sketchbook. This Dollar Rowney ivory. It has some special. These are not that interesting to look at, maybe, but it has this really. You can get really dark on the paper. I really like it. So I don't know if the style is different, but it probably is quite. It's old. Next one I will show. I'll dig out my the one I took to the first workshop. Environment with pencil. So old. Oh, and some good old graffiti. With what? Just a normal, like 2B. You could, in this paper you can get really, really dark, which I really like. Like it has this tendency to just absorb the lead. Here's some more graffiti. And these paper, it has this. I don't think the stream might show it, but it has this tint of yellow, which makes, for me, like the sketches a bit interesting to look at. More interesting than printed paper. So how do you find the coffee stain? You working on Goat Simulator 2? As per usual. Maybe I need to have them higher up. Maybe grab better. I don't know. Yeah, there's gonna be now and then butts and naked people. And I always write like weird little notes as I'm drawing. But at this time I started, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you can see like I started doing everything super tight. Like I enjoyed the process of rendering like very small details. And I think it was I bought a mechanical pencil. And I think even here, this was this jazz singer was a random suggestion. Yeah, lots of weird drawings. My anatomy wasn't that good at that time. Just monster after monster. This one I've always enjoyed. Some weird alien nun. So you are a 3D guy? Right. Oh yeah, that's right, because of, oh yeah, I'm using the phone. That's shitty. Yeah. Awesome. Maybe I can put the speakers on so the microphone will pick up everything. Yeah, I can hear you, but everyone else can't hear. So I'm talking to myself. Let's see how everyone finds it interesting. If I put on the sound and if it will mess everything up. It might mess me talking and you hearing. Let's see how it goes. Probably will be all messed up. Speakers. Okay. Can you say anything? Why can't I hear? Oh, there we go. Now.
I guess the chat has to say if we can be heard or not.
He should hear it.
I don't dare to turn on the sound on my stream. It's gonna be weird.
Hey, Novio, Andrea. Let's see. You guys on the chat can write if you hear if the noise is weird or anything. It should work, I think. Hopefully.
Who is the guest? We hear voices. Okay, yeah, I guess they can hear us.
Awesome. So Novio, if you want to join talking, just go to the Discord voice chat. So it's Chillstrand and Jacob Mobley. Ideally, I wanted to stream with a webcam, but I tried setting it up like this, and the quality wasn't very, very high. Like the cam wasn't HD enough, which was kind of shitty. This one was I did a study. It was like a, what's it called? When you send a letter, a postmark?
Postcard?
No, the little thing you put on a postcard so it can be sent.
The frimärke, you mean?
Yeah. Whatever it's called in English. Little stamp, post stamp, I guess.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah, post stamp. Right, so let's a really old sketchbook here. This one I took in Novio.
Hello, can you
Hello.
hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
very loud and clear.
Am I too loud or?
Maybe.
Give me a second.
So this one is from 2002.
Hey.
Really, really old. And this is the quality of how I drew at that time.
Is it better now?
Yeah, now it's a little bit lower, but yeah. Almost a little bit too low, but probably good.
Okay.
And so here, you can see, here I used a lot of markers, I remember. I tried to like learn the game, looking at a lot of artists online and trying to figure out like what is required, you know, what is cool. And I found Feng, and I was like, okay, Feng does details. let's add details.
How old were you at 2002?
I was 22. And this was for I remember for an indie game that was almost finished, but we never finished it. These were actually modeled and made into 3D.
Awesome.
And all these things. This space station was done. But I think you can still see like that it's my drawing in a way, in a weird way. At least I can see it. Like it's my drawing, no one else's, in a weird, awkward way. Obviously, this time of year, when I was 22, I wasn't.
But the environments were good.
Yeah, I mean, this was when I was applying myself, because this was to the game, right? So I had to like do it correctly.
Okay.
So with these, I even had underdrawing, and then inked, and then erased.
Okay.
It's weird for me to see your environments, because like I always think of you as a character guy, and I always like, for some stupid reason, I always think that character people just don't do environments, and I know it's not true, but you know.
Yeah, well, I think in my case, I tend to do everything, and not everyone does. So in general, yeah, I would probably say it's true that character artists don't really do environments that much.
Okay.
But I've done a lot of like marketing art and environment, photoreal stuff as well, for Division and other games.
You gotta check these out.
It's fun, but I do enjoy characters way more. So here's some life drawing. This is 2004, actually. So I started the sketchbook 2 years prior, and that you can see how much I drew in 2 years. It was like
Awesome.
20 pages with nothing while working and all these things. And I remember I went to an art museum on weekends, and they had life drawing in the museum. There was me trying to like catch up with what I needed to be able to do. Like, you know, what I read about people going to life drawing on internet, so I thought, all right, I guess I gotta do that too.
Credit to you, you did it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I had to try, right? So I went alone, just with headphones and music, and sat there and drew. But the one thing that, like, with me, which is in a way odd, like I have a good observational skill when it comes to life drawing. I've never, like at this time, I hadn't really taken classes per se. Just observe. But
So
then,
you can
sorry?
So you can naturally see good shapes good.
Yeah, in that way. But like let's say compare that drawing with the monster drawing. It's not the same. You know, like my observational skill is way superior than at this time than my ability to draw from the mind.
I can imagine it was a frustrating time.
Oh well, in a way yes, in a way no. I knew that fact, and I knew I needed to bridge the gap somehow. And you know, it was not a big problem. I knew that if I was stuck, I could like look at photos. Or
Have
real.
you guys ever been to a light drawing session where the model keeps falling asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once.
That happened to
Couple of
me
times.
yesterday. It was bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I think it's okay if they fall asleep, as long as they don't move.
I had
Right, yeah.
I had to been to a drawing session once where the model passed out, not asleep, but the blood pressure was too low and she collapsed.
Mm.
Good.
Wow, that's not good.
That's horrible.
I think that's the danger of long poses.
Yeah. Oh, this, by the way, is what's his name? Kevin Levelin? Is it Kevin or I don't remember his first name, but it's Levelin. He drew a lot of fine art, like for Madonna and stuff. I met him at a workshop, and I drew
It's
him.
really cool.
Yeah. So this I think was when that beginning of that leveling, and this was started my first workshop in Amsterdam, I think, with conceptart.org. And up here in the corner is Jason Manley, the organizer.
Oh, cool.
And this is this face there is it was Andrew Jones.
Oh, awesome. I've heard a lot of good stuff about him.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Also, he if he would speak to you, I heard he would come very close.
Well, he's definitely a friendly guy.
So these are the sketchbooks pre-concept art.
This is I joined concept art when it just started, 2002,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't drawing a lot. I didn't post a lot, and then 2004, I think, when these are done, was when I started like posting drawings, I think.
Okay. Bjorn, do you have something open on the monitor, or could you put a white sheet before it to get some bouncy light to the sketchbook?
Oh. Yeah, I can try. Something white. 1 second. 1 second.
Also, hey Jacob and Chilstran.
Yeah.
Yo.
Chilstran, that's not your name, is it?
It's my family name, but I spelled it like that because that's how you pronounce it, but it's not the correct way.
Okay.
Spelling.
And what's your first name? Mine is Abby.
It's Miguel or Michael, one of them.
Okay.
Either one works.
Okay.
So, how's that? Is that a bit more better bounce light?
Yeah, the light is more softer now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Yeah, so a lot of light drawing at the time, like trying to catch up. Here I remember seeing like Adrian Smith or something, and thinking, oh, I can do that, which I
Lovely stuff.
obviously couldn't, but I tried.
Hello, Andrea.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nice.
Loud and clear.
Excellent. Oh yeah, I remember this model. She was really cool. She was, as far as I know, they hired a prostitute at the workshop to stand as a model,
Cool.
and she had a really nice body, like toned. Here I saw Koro's sketchbook. He has these massive sketchbooks with acrylics and color pencils, and ink that looks absolutely amazing. And I watched it, and I thought, oh, I can do that yet again. And I tried it, and obviously I was far removed from his skill set, but it was interesting to explore. Oh, here, yeah, definitely. Here's my proper attempt to try to make what Justin Kaufman could do.
Nice.
Like trying really hard. Plumbers, for sure anyone can join the chat as long as it's, you go on Discord and join the voice chat.
So those sketches were done at the workshop?
Yeah,
Okay.
and sitting and drawing and trying to learn.
Were the all the Mr. Black guys there, or just a couple?
At that time, I think it was 4 people. It was Coro, Jason Manley, Andrew Jones, and who else? Someone else. It wasn't a lot of people at that one. Yeah, so very old. And here I had to draw a big penis demon because there was a guy at the workshop who did the demo, and he had done like he did a demo, and the guy had or the woman was a transsexual or something, and he was demoing this character, drawing just this penis on a big screen, and I thought that's interesting. I can do that, and I tried it. And yeah, this is I think a bit later. Yeah, but the sketchbook. Oh yeah, I bought a mechanical eraser here. I remember. Started playing around with the mechanical.
Look so fancy.
Here's more looking at the internet on naked people and drawing with mechanical pencil, trying to figure out. Oh yeah, here I went and did indie game with Andrew Jones and another guy, a game called Joust, which was like jousting, like knights did, but on massive birds in space.
Of course, in space.
Yeah, on comets flying through space, and the birds were running on the surface of the comets and jousting.
I'd play that.
Yeah.
Sounds like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it was very odd. At that time, I think Andrew Jones was working on Super Metroid, or on Metroid, some of the Metroid games. He designed creatures there. Yeah, so very old sketchbook. Here's more mechanical pencil stuff. Mechanical eraser as well.
Are those actually any good?
That was interesting. I don't know if it's any good. I mean, they did erase. It became, you could paint with the eraser, which was interesting. Which I did. I covered the page, and then you can see here, I erased and drew. It's an interesting process. But I did it mostly just in this sketchbook, and then didn't really use it anymore. Hey.
So how many? So,
Eh, go ahead.
no.
So how many?
So how many sketchbooks do you have for today?
Today?
Mhm.
To show, I have all of them here, but I doubt I will go through them all. I can if you want, but...
Yeah, sure, please.
We are free all night.
Sorry?
We are free all night.
Excellent.
I have to work tomorrow, but who needs sleep?
Yeah, so this, what I used to do in this sketchbook, I don't know which year, but, 2005. I used to buy, this is like guest book, really shitty paper.
Yeah.
And I just bought it and wanted to kill it. So this is a year after the workshop, and I think it's... Oh, I'm probably going a bit too fast. Started posting on concept art, but I don't think any of these are on internet.
Not anymore, at least.
No, not anymore, but also I don't think... maybe I posted these. Not all of them, some at least. So this is 2006, yeah.
Some may say 2006 to 2010 was a golden age of self-taught artists online.
In a way, I mean, it wasn't anything like it is today, and we had to like figure stuff out.
Yeah.
And I think the downside now is that a lot of people, because there's so much information out there you can just grab, and there's no exploration anymore. There's no like, what happens if I do this? What happens if how does this person draw this way? I have no idea. And let's see, let's try to mimic it. Oh, now you can just buy a Gumroad, whatever,
But there are too many Gumroads.
It doesn't always work though.
In what way do you mean?
I mean with Gumroad, because like there are a bunch of tutorials that try to sell you something, and then when you buy it, it turns out it's not that helpful.
Yeah, of course. I mean, not just because it's a Gumroad doesn't mean it's good.
No. Or you go to back to the forums. The images on the concept art are gone, but there are still the exercises written in text on concept art and Crimson Daggers. So
Yeah.
those are awesome.
Yeah, it's... Oh, here's my 100 hands. Someone on Discord talking about that they suck at doing hands. So here, I was sucking at doing hands. So here I started doing my 100 hands challenge.
I need 3 of those.
So as you have two hands, very close by, you just sit and look at your own hand and draw it in different poses. And then at this time also I had an issue with profiles. So I think in this sketchbook there's a lot of profiles of me just trying expressions and faces. At the time I wasn't too confident. And there's also a lot of ladies in my sketchbooks. And also a lot of men, obviously. Angry men. So for many years I really enjoyed drawing with ballpoint. And just never use a eraser. I don't really change anything. Here's poses, by the way. felt like I was bad at posing.
So you did 1,000 of them.
I did a lot, yeah.
Like,
As you can see, pose, 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 pose.
Okay, no, that's the point where you say that those poses, all those pages were done in 2 days.
I think I drew quite a lot of pages a day, for sure. 2006, it means I was in school,
Okay.
in uni. So I drew, I think I calculated around like 15, 16 pages a day, just in the sketchbooks, on average.
How much time did you spend on those?
Not that much. Maybe 20 minutes per page, 30 minutes per page.
But those are pencils or still ballpoint?
These are pencils, and they mix between ballpoint and pencil. So it varies, but most of it is ballpoint, and I don't know what's happening here. They are bleeding into each other, the ink. Oh, here I was in Amsterdam.
And in Amsterdam was the second workshop.
Yeah, exactly. This year, that year, 2006, I think, was in Amsterdam, with the same group of people, but with Marko Đurđević and kind of like a Hawaiian guy or some Thai guy. I don't remember what his name was. But he...
okay?
No, not Kekai.
Okay.
He was a small guy. I don't remember his name, but he was quite active at the time. He drew like weird robot monsters. I don't remember his name.
But it wasn't Gerald Perel.
No. It was one of those guys, but it wasn't Gerald Perel.
Okay.
He was one of the senior concept artists at Massive.
Okay.
Roblio or something? I don't remember. I'm bad with names.
So that was one of the invisible guys there.
Yeah. He was, I think, him and Nox is Mad were like good friends. And Sam Brown, I think, also was there.
But Kemp wasn't there at the time.
Kemp was Nox is Mad, right? That's his handle on conceptart.org.
Really?
No. Kemp was, I think he was there at that time. Or maybe later. Kemp was the tank guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. He does only vehicles.
Yeah. So here, as you can see, just it feels like I'm drawing the same thing at this time, over and over in different configurations. Or maybe it's different things. Maybe I'm just so used to seeing. So, Jacob, did you don't work in the industry, do you?
No, I don't. I'm a student.
Oh, you should.
Oh, cool. That's actually really encouraging. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, this other previous sketchbooks, that I showed with in 2004 one, they weren't really good. But at the time, I remember with like shaking hands, walking up to, like, I think it was Jason Manley. I like, oh, here, I don't have a portfolio. I have a sketchbook. That was like the amount of work I only had. And I asked him like to see like if it was any good. And I remember him saying like, oh, you're good enough to get work. And obviously at that time, standing there in a workshop with all these really talented people, and all I had was just a sketchbook, I didn't truly really believe him. But in a way.
Yeah, that's how I'm kind of feeling right now.
But it's an interesting thing, though. Everything changes with time, and.
Can you remember the first time you got paid for a commission?
Yeah, I think one of the first was there was this website called Garageland or something, and this website. I wonder if I do this. I should have done that. There was this website called Garage. Let's say it's Garage Land. Oh, not good. I'm breaking everything. All right, Garage. Let's call it Garage.
Okay.
And it was like a indie website for people who wants to be in a project, and you could post like your CV and what you like to draw, and you could be contacted just by like almost like an ad agency for people wanting to do projects. So I put up my stuff there, and I got contacted by the people that do tribes. This old, like, it was a weird shooter at the time.
Was it the high-res studio at that time, or was it some other studio?
I don't remember, but I was commissioned to do some character designs for Tribes 2. I remember. I don't remember the company or whatever that company was called, but I remember I so applied myself really, really hard to give them my very best work, and I remember getting a check posted to me, and I went to the post office or the bank and cashed the check, and made a copy of the check so I could have it on the wall.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the beginning.
The Bjorn origins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing for my first job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was so funny.
But it is surreal. You, at least I couldn't believe that I get paid money for the what? How much? What?
Yeah. But I remember, I think I got like $300, maybe for, I think it was like 5 drawings. At the time, I thought that was great, like amazing. But then it was very, not a lot of more work coming in. I remember that was like the only one for a long time, and then I had to go to web design and make like icons for websites and things like that.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
What do you think changed in the last 10 years? Like, is it hard there to get jobs for people who are just starting out?
Well, I think that the biggest difference in 10 years is that now our jobs is almost like common knowledge. It's almost getting to the point where it's like a mechanic or a chef. You know, everyone. If you'd say, "Oh, I'm a concept artist for games," chances are that they somewhat know what it is if they're interested in games. But at that time, like 10 years ago, there's not a lot of people who knew that it was a job, you know, and you could actually make money on it. So
And the job postings on forums still work nowadays. No.
I think it's different now because it's become so much bigger. At the time back then, it was like you're good and you will get jobs a lot easier. Now that everyone the bar is raised in a way to a different degree because there's so many who are moderately good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bit different now that you gotta be a little bit better at it, and you have to fight a lot of people for the attention. So then you gotta think like, okay, so if I fight for attention, how do I stand out?
And try to not piss anybody off.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Sketchbooks. Are you guys bored of looking at the sketchbooks?
Yeah.
No, this is super cool.
Alright,
Never.
excellent. So this one is 3 years old.
So big job.
Order or just random sketchbooks?
Just random.
Okay.
There's a massive pile of them. I doubt that we will have time to go through them all. Oh, I mean, if you know tribes, that's pretty cool. Kuru thinks that the same, like when I told him he's good enough to get a job. That's funny.
High school in life.
But it's true though. He is, and Jacob is as well. It's just a matter of finding the client.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? You know. Oh, come on.
This group has really helped me. I'm pretty grateful.
It's good.
Well, you're putting in a lot of work, so.
Yeah, you definitely put in a lot of work, and I think it's great. It's the way to do it. Just hard
Yeah.
work. I wonder if I can, like... No, I can't. Yeah, I mean, it's like what I talked about on one of the streams, like, or was it on Discord? Like you work as hard as you need to work, and I'm not gonna make. I think I was talking to you, Andrea, one day that I'm not gonna make anyone do the work. You know,
I'm not sure.
maybe
Doesn't-
maybe it wasn't you, Andrea. Maybe it's someone else, or maybe it was just in general. But like, the opportunity. Oh, it was with you, Jacob. Like, the people can get feedback from me, but I'm not gonna make them join the challenges. I'm not gonna make them work hard. You know.
Oh yeah. Totally.
So if people work hard, that's great. And if they don't want to work hard, if they just want to sketch around, that's fine as well. You know.
Yeah.
And
But I noticed that many guys that are that have done it for some time or who come up with the forums, they do the same. They like, oh cool, I give you critique, but I will not encourage you to do this or this exercise.
yeah. Because there's a lot of people who just don't they don't how it's so hard to explain when it's about a person's why is it blurry, a person's thoughts and like how much they care, like giving someone feedback. I always try to, like, on the 2-week challenges, I show like the beginning and where to take it, and not gonna like completely finish a paint over or feedback, because it's counterproductive. You know, they need to figure out themselves, like, where to take it and how to take it. But I just want to open the mind, or show them a direction that they maybe didn't see.
Yeah.
Is it?
This was one of the reasons I switched schools, because I learned so much group and not that much. Right.
Yeah, but that is also, that's because you put in the work. And with school, it's the same thing. You know, it's that school is different because they need to put everyone into the same level.
Yeah.
So it
Really don't.
Sorry, Andrea?
I just really don't like schools for that reason.
Yeah, exactly. It's because no one can be extra talented in a class.
It's not just about being extra talented, but you have to learn in the way other people do.
Yeah,
A lot of us have their own ways for that. You just don't fit in.
yeah, exactly.
And you have to try to not be better than the teachers. Or they will hate it.
Yeah,
That's really true, especially at the schools where they don't. I'll just say yes, I totally agree.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the sad thing with this new school, that I don't
Yeah.
have that much time to be
Yeah.
in the group.
This is Mike of Zido drawing, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. One can see it at the first glance.
Yeah. This was IFCC, I think, first year. Here's a sick brush.
Oh, Chris, yeah.
Here's Zapata, Moon and Crow drawing. Sabine. Oh, Evan. Yes, the problem with schools is just that, like, if you want to be good, you have to be good outside of school. And like with you, for example, saying that you learn extra on this group, is because you can dictate the pace yourself.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that's the biggest difference. And I think that has to be the future of schools, is more like how this interaction is.
Yeah.
You know, like someone that's further down the road gives guidance rather than like holding lessons.
out of this new school, but so far it's really awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, totally different. Feels like a workplace in a school.
Yeah, that's great.
But we'll see.
This is how I drew when I was 18.
Yeah.
Very, very.
Shows the goodies.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Is this from the 90s then?
Yeah, 98.
Yeah, the alien says.
Very odd.
Comic style, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Roadkill style.
Did you go outside and spray it or no?
I did spray. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. If you look at the sketches, it's basically what say. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But like I did not know how to draw real. You can see it in the drawings.
Did you do these in class when you
These drawings were drawn at 18, probably at home. Because when I was 18, I did not carry my sketchbook around. So here, this is later on. Obviously, you can see I went back to this sketchbook. Here, 2003, in October, I've written in Swedish. I looked at curse words conceptart.org and curse
Oh my god.
curse word, they're too good.
Only Swedes will understand.
Yeah.
That was me just kind of getting my
Artist diary.
yeah, getting my face kicked in on concept art. Here when I went to uni, I went back to this sketchbook. Oh yeah, then I saw someone drawing with ink, probably like Dan Milligan or something. And thought, oh, I can do that. It's not that hard.
And then you tried.
And failed hard.
But it's a good mindset.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You gotta try it. Man, that's not finished. I gave up on that one, I think. Those ink drawings kill the will. Let's see. Oh, this one. This one, my daughter drew in. This one, let's see. I bought a sketchbook specifically for a movie. I was contracted to do work on 5 years ago, maybe. Kurov said he was 2 years old at 98. Yeah. But that's a weird thing. Like I had so massive gaps of trying to learn to draw until I gave up and then started again at 24, like 22 to 24.
That's really inspiring. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 24 I quit and went to uni, and after that,
Did you finish uni?
yeah. Yeah.
At what age?
26, 27?
Okay.
You went to the same class where the class over toward Frick, right?
Yeah, he was a year underneath.
I find that really funny. You should, like,
Yeah. There's
both
a
you to your different, like,
yeah, and Johannes was his name.
Helgesson?
Yeah, he went there also.
yeah, love his art as well.
And also another guy who calls himself Bookster, Johan something. He worked at he worked at Opus as well. He was also the year under.
Yeah, he's back here now.
Yeah, and the art director at King went to my class.
Oh, I do life drawing at King now here in Malmo,
Mm.
but maybe not the same art director. I'm not sure.
His name is Philip.
Yeah, I haven't met anyone except the ones who stay after hours doing
Right.
life drawing.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of people actually from those years in Skövde in Sweden that are like in dominant positions in the industry.
Did you have good teachers or just good students?
No, it was just us. We were hungry, I think.
Yeah.
Was that when you met Ernest Adams too?
Yeah, exactly. He was a speaker or a workshop. He did a workshop, a guest workshop at school,
Nice.
and he gave us an assignment. Like he drew from a hat, like random topics to everyone, and he said like, now you have 2 hours to go and make a game. Like on paper, not like make it, code it, etc. And me and my group ran away, and we had like what are they called? These Genghis Khan was a what? Mongol. So we got the Mongol and horse rider. And I went away with my group, and I started drawing, and we were coming up with ideas, and we came back, and Ernest Adams was he was so surprised by the amount of drawings I did and the amount of like world crafting we had generated. So he put me in his book.
Really?
Yeah, so in his game design book, he has me in a specific like chapter.
Wait, I've seen it, I think.
It's funny.
Yeah, a friend of mine that goes programming has Bjorn in his school book.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's great.
So we designed like Genghis Khan being a demon, and the girl is like riding on a spirit horse that's being driven by her dead ancestors, and all these crazy things. And I've been drawing like Genghis Khan and his generals and the girl on horseback and all of these things. Like a spirit bow.
Sounds so
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah. So it's what you did out of the assignment, the assignment itself, that was cool.
Yeah, exactly. And he was impressed by it. He wanted. I think I'm in the chapter of designing characters in that book.
Okay.
I need to draw more.
Yeah. But right now I'd go with 2-3 days. That would be nice.
Guys, I gotta go take a laundry batch. I'll be right back.
So this whole sketchbook was for this movie, like coming up with the characters and the world and what they should look like and the shape language and all these things. This was obviously not the finished drawings, but it was me just, I found it fun to draw on paper at the beginning, to kind of play with the idea of like establishing everything on paper, because I think it does give it a different vibe than if I would do it on the computer. Because like the computer has its own personality in a way, like how the pen moves across the screen, how you choose to draw, because you're sitting in a specific way. And on paper you sit differently, and the paper gives different texture and so on. And I believe I draw differently on paper to some degree. And I thought I'd wanted to explore what that does to the outcome of the drawings by first sitting and drawing on everything on paper. That's really...
I have the same problem with digital. So every time I go back to digital, I have to practice how to draw that.
Yeah, I think it's this specific technique. Let's see. What year is this? Doesn't say. It's well traveled, this sketchbook, though it's broken. Maybe I'll see some. Zealin, I studied game design, so I learned to program. I also learned to model in 3D and animate in 3D, and I also learned like human and computer interaction. Like, why is a button green? Why is the button round and not square?
Wait, why is the button green?
Because green is assumed as go.
Oh, okay. Everything's clear up to me. Sorry. That just like piqued my interest. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's funny. All these like really stupid things that probably useful to some degree, but at the time you thought like, no, how can I ever use this? And this drawing was for an art competition called Dominance War.
Oh yeah.
Remember those.
And as you can see, this robot is butthole driven. It has the fuel source
Why?
in the butthole.
Damn. That's the dark stuff right there.
So that's where the juice comes from the machine.
Oh yeah.
Did you have a lot of sleepless nights when you do this?
Oh my god.
I just came up with all sorts of ideas. I think at this time I was working for Sega, and around that time I was doing all sorts of weird concepts.
Was this the first Dominance War?
I think this was, I would say 4 or 3. 3.
So what? Yeah, they tried to revive it, but they did not manage.
Yeah, it's different. It's I think the communities, these competitions need to be different. I don't think forums work anymore. It has to be. I don't know the right answer.
Well, the ArtStation challenge isn't really working either. It's like it's too long and too much in one go.
Yeah, exactly. It's odd, and this is for another movie that I think that might have turned into some more known movie, but it was for Pitchwork a long time ago. I can't mention names really, but
It's fine.
and yeah, here's continuation. but I don't know what they did with it. What the hell? What have I been doing there?
What is that?
Like this list of words. And I'm making like some sort of circle? Ring, rang, ping. Manga, pit. Gint, pint, print.
Maybe you join a cult or something.
Ah, probably. Was it possessed?
The crows don't make it better right now.
Yeah, I could hear them. And oh yeah, here I think I more or less just moved to Brighton, I think, and I got obsessed with homeless people. And I used to stand and in London, etc., look at homeless people and draw them and take notes of what they were wearing, and then put them into a zombie apocalypse world.
Not creepy at all. Some guy standing before a homeless man and drawing.
Yeah, and taking notes and writing really weird lists of words and circles.
They're adapting.
Totally normal.
Yeah, completely normal.
Artist.
What are you doing? I'm looking for the next picture.
I can see this pattern. Let me write down some words. It has a meaning to it.
Oh.
But your nickname wasn't Jack at the time.
No. So it was just me looking at lots of homeless people for the longest time, and then I think that come back to it. We were actually, me and the lead modeler at Creative Assembly, we were doing a mod for Left 4 Dead with homeless people, and that later turned into an Alien mod for Left 4 Dead.
Were you still alone at the time, or were you already married?
I moved to UK with my wife.
Okay.
But we weren't married at the time. Left 4 Dead, homeless edition. Yeah. Yeah, so even more homeless people. I had this craze for homeless people.
Even more homeless people, and then the page shows a naked body.
Yeah. Just homeless zombie strangeness.
It feels cool right now. It's like we're in some back alley gym, a small group, and just watching someone awesome show their beginnings. And we're just around 50 people here, so it's no big group.
Not at all, no.
That's awesome.
It's strange. It's fun to show, though. It's even fun for me to look at my old sketchbooks. I never look at them. I just have them piled somewhere. I think that's the really good use with sketchbooks, and when you're just drawing randomness. Like me looking at them now, gives me ideas. Like, oh, I could draw that. I could draw this. That's a good idea. I should reuse this.
Do you still find yourself thinking, if you see an older drawing of yours, how the heck did I draw this?
Oh, no, yeah, of course. That's on every page so far.
I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
That crab creature guy, that was super cool. Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird to see. What the? The Joker will get cancer and be all fucked up. What? Maybe I was trying to predict the future. Oh yeah. That was it. Yeah. Yeah, I was predicting the future for Arkham Asylum.
Oh.
Now I remember. Because at the time I was friends with Khan Muftish, and he was the concept artist for Arkham Asylum.
So he stole your idea, and you didn't get paid.
No. It was probably me trying to outsmart him somehow and make a paper trail.
Okay.
So I could later show him. You see. I don't know. More homeless people.
No, it's fun. It's those little contests who's better among friends are awesome to keep and to remember.
Yeah. I used to with Khan. We used to invite each other over every weekend to each, to his place, my place, and so on. And we used to cook for each other and drink and draw, and just spend weekends together.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. And I used to invite this guy called Kim Taylor. He lived in London at the time. He's the, I think, art director for Ninjago at the moment. And he used to work for Frame Store. He's this really good painter. I used to invite him as well. And my boss at the company I work for now also used to all hang out and eat food and draw. Troll butts. What the? With the each have butthole. You don't draw buttholes that much, do you? You tend to skip that part. A lot of actually for commercial art, concepts and stuff, you don't actually draw genitals or buttholes, which is weird.
You must put that as a statement on Facebook.
I want to see more buttholes.
In advertising, yeah.
Probably not that popular.
You never know.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I will go get some more drink. 1 second.
Awesome.
Oh well.
Also,
So many.
yeah, so many people. It's awesome. I think it's the first time that there are so many people in voice chat.
Yeah.
This is like the first time. Well, actually, this is the first time I've seen anyone voice chat. For me, I'm not very.
I'm back.
So.
Okay.
So this is a moleskin sketchbook.
Yay. We are getting to the fancy stuff.
Actually, I don't like. I mean, in a way, I like the yellow pages.
Oh yeah.
But I much prefer the dollar brownie ivory, how the paper behaves. It's a lot more better range in the graphite. It's fun to go back to sketchbooks and look. And I love making notes and then going back to the sketchbooks and looking at the notes and just go like, what the hell was I thinking? It's like a little timestamp of the past. And this is something I always do, like trying to break it down and understand it and just draw.
Oh yeah. A couple of weeks back, on the Weekend of Love weekend, Sickbrush or Chris was there, and every time he saw such notes, he went through the whole sketchbook. So, I think he said, "This is how a sketchbook should look like."
Yeah, I mean, for me, a sketchbook should be like, you should just explore. Sketch. Well, I think it should be okay to do an ugly sketchbook.
And rip out the not so ugly sketches.
You should let them be in there. So.
I literally did that the other day. I just saw an ugly sketch in one sketchbook and was like,
Too pretty, away with it.
What the?
Too German.
Put faith in action, purpose in victory.
Okay.
Huh. All right. Weird. I used to also take my sketchbooks to bars. And
Mars.
to bars, drinking in bars.
that's great.
And put the sketchbook on the table, and then naturally there's always someone asking, and I always made them draw. You have to draw something in my sketchbook.
Damn.
And then they also see my drawings, and they were like, oh.
That's the opposite from all these memes where you get to the sketchbook into a bar or a cafe, and everyone comes, could you draw me this and this? And everyone is outraged by it, and you just tell them, yeah, that was a good exercise. Fuck.
Here's another note. Why buy an old jacket to look like as if you've lived a life? Huh.
Deep.
That's interesting. I also, when I was single, used to get free life drawing women by going with a life drawing sketchbook only and doing the same like bait and switch. Put it on the table and then girls would look.
That's great.
Self-portrait, November 1st. Must be a couple of years ago.
Damn.
And my daughter. That's another sketchbook. We're not even halfway.
No, that's good. That's awesome.
Here's some stuff that has never been shown. I won't say for what it is for. You can show it.
Can we guess and you say yes or no?
No, I can't. But I will say though that it's one of it never was never made finished. But some really cool ideas. Like I don't know if you can see it, but like It's written tattoos over their bodies. I really like the way they looked. So for this client, I also wanted drawing on paper first to get like another feel. So
But those are not in any way associated with Sigma vodka.
No.
Okay.
This was many years ago. Not at all what they are doing now. And this wasn't for Sigma vodka at all.
I mean their project, the Genesis.
No, this was many years before that.
Okay.
Like I used to love doing this, like this little proportion check as I'm drawing to kind of figure out where I should put the information. Hey Jeff's Folio, how's it going? Carl Springer. There's a lot of people joining. That's cool. Moleskin. I have no idea how they want to say moleskin.
Moleskin.
Mole. Molly.
Wait.
So lots of these, all sketches for the same project. And I also did armor variations, like drawing them up and shading them. Just to kind of see how that would be without using Photoshop. Just drawing chest armor. Was fun actually. And mask variations and weapons. Yeah, I've completely forgotten about these. I remember the ideas I had, but not the actual drawings. It's sad that like a lot of drawings that are designs that I'm really proud of are never shown because it's not that interesting in the sense of marketing to showcase, and a lot of concepts are usually buried in production. You know, they're never like clickbait in that sense. You know, like a fancy illustration is. So that's I think a shame, which I find boring. Like all these sketches, I would love to have us like buy a book, art book with sketches to see the route they took, rather than just a finished illustration. Here's a I really like this idea. They never used it, but it's two daggers. The